Michelle are podcast's most interesting and loving couple. Join them every week as this radio personality and this author come together to let you into their lives.
Honey, we have a podcast.
We do have a podcast.
And people are listening to the podcast.
And texting us their favorite parts. That's my favorite thing so far.
I love that last week, the Nina is a hoe name was really talked about.
Yeah, it was. And the creepy DMs with Terica was a big hit out here.
Yeah, I mean, those were crazy. Look, but we are here for another episode, and before we move forward, we have some really, really wild news.
Yeah, we do. Lots of it, right? We got quite a bit of news this week.
And it is wild stuff.
Yeah.
We are literally becoming a family.
Because we have a baby now. Named Rufus.
Rufus is a beautiful yellow Labrador Retriever. Got him from the Humane Society
of Hamilton County
in Indianapolis, well, around Fishers.
Yeah.
And he is the sweetest boy. We lucked out with the most docile dog.
And he was already housebroken.
And he listens, and he's just such a happy boy, and we love him. He's about 3 years old.
He's so snuggly. He loves cuddles, and I talk to him, and he just looks at me, and he gets so excited when we talk to him. He likes to play. He's like a playful baby. I'm so happy.
He's just so sweet, and so we have another sweet dog in our lives. I know you had a dog for a long time.
Yeah, I had Penny. She was a cockapoo. She's part Cocker Spaniel, part miniature poodle, all diva.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we got her in 2005. She passed in 2019, and that was really, really hard because she was my baby, and I loved her. She literally grew up with me, during high school and middle school.
And how did she pass?
She had cancer, we think. About 4 months before she passed, her groomer found a lesion, I guess.
Yeah.
Underneath her skin, and she told us that it might be cancer. And so then about a month later, she started getting sick and she was more tired. And we just, had to kind of accept that she was too old. Had she been younger, we would have put out the expenses for her to get chemo or whatever she needed. But, by that time, she was about to be 15. So I don't even know if her body would have held up for chemo as she was turning gray, and she was just getting old. So she passed. It was very peaceful. She didn't suffer. She was okay. It was made doubly hard though because it was just after my birthday and only about 5 weeks after I lost my grandmother. So it was a really, really tough time for our family, and I couldn't even imagine getting another dog at that time.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's so crazy. I talked for a while about not wanting pets because I wanted to live dog hair free.
Yeah.
Honestly. But this guy really, really caught my attention just because of the way when he came into the room with us. I mean, he sat in between us. He jumped up every time we said, "You want to come home with us?" And he just got so excited, and he's here now. I had a guide dog named Tiva. She was a yellow lab, and she was my baby, and she was the sweetest girl, and she always showed me so much love, gave me hugs. She was just the sweetest dog. Situations happened there, and I didn't get to keep her, but she was everything for 8 years for me. She went everywhere I went. She loved attention. She was a little diva, but the sweetest girl on the planet. So we have a boy here who is just as sweet, and there's something about labs.
Yeah.
And it's just so great. And so when they told us he was a purebred lab, I'm like, we have to do this. We have to do this.
And it was written in the stars. Like, to give you guys some backstory, we actually were looking at another dog. Her name was Noelle. And we were like, we want her. She's supposed to be our dog. But she had some past behavior issues. And she had been adopted out and sent back 4 times. At first, we thought it was only 2, but then we found out it was 4. And we were going to have to work with the behavior team. And we were prepared to do all of that. And then while we were waiting to see her, a woman came up to us and said, hey, who are you, going to adopt? And we told her about Noelle. And she was like, Noelle's sweet, but we just got Rufus, and he's full yellow lab, and he's the sweetest boy, and I think he would be a really great fit for you all. So when we went to see Noelle, we said, hey, can you bring us Rufus too? Like, we want to meet him.
Yeah.
And Noelle was sweet. She loved Danny. She liked me, but she loved him.
Yeah.
And also with different medical stuff that I deal with, it would have been a lot to try to walk her and train her. And so we were like, we'll talk about it. And then we met Rufus, and I knew he was supposed to be ours. Like, he came in the room, he sniffed me, he sniffed Danny, he sat between us, and we just cuddled him. And then we said to him, do you want to go home? And he got so excited. Every time we said home, he got really, really excited. And so then we practiced walking him, and he just walked beside me. And then when we had to go do the paperwork, they separated him from us, and he cried.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's my baby. Like, we have to take him home now, because that face, you just can't be crying like that. He's mine.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what's going on. We got a baby. We got a beautiful yellow lab. And if you follow us on Facebook and Twitter down in the DM pod, you'll find our pictures there with him.
Yeah.
All right, that sounds good?
Sounds great.
All right, let's talk about a few things, all right?
All right.
So I saw this picture, and this is so stupid, but I just wanted to bring it to your attention because I know we agree on this.
Yeah.
Your wife left the bed to sleep on the couch because of an argument. What would you do as a husband, right?
That's tough. First of all, where did the argument happen? Like,
right.
Did she leave the bed because you were arguing in the bed? Like, that's not really clear. So, whatever.
So it was a picture with the question, but first of all, why is she leaving in the first place?
Yeah, why are you not resolving it like adults? She's your wife. It doesn't say
Figure that out.
girlfriend, overnight celebrity.
If she
this
goes
is your
to sleep
wife.
on the couch, she's obviously upset with something that you're not paying attention to. How about you go out there and you grab her and you sit with her and you talk to her about what the issue is and you fix it so you guys can lay in bed.
Look.
But if she feels up to that point where she has to go out to the couch, she's feeling like she's not heard.
Or if she's being difficult. Here's the thing. Look, it is okay to go after your partner.
Yes.
If you are in an argument and your partner walks away, it is okay to go after them. Hey, I love you. Let's work this out. Don't turn your back on me. Don't walk away. Like, why are we walking away still? How did you guys get married?
Yeah.
And she's going to the couch.
And why can she freely just go to the couch?
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you can do that, then there are a lot of issues that you're not resolving.
Yeah, there has to be something more. Because someone's not just going to leave their marital bed.
Yeah.
This isn't okay.
Yep. I agree with that. So if this is something you do in your relationship, maybe Maybe you need to reevaluate what the hell's going on.
And if you're doing it and it works, tell us that too. Tell us, how do you make leaving during an argument acceptable? Not the parts where we say, we'll cool down and revisit it, but the actual, I'm going to walk away from you during this argument. How do you come back from that and make things okay?
Would love to know. Let's talk about this too. You're not uncool. Making friends as an adult is just hard.
God, yes, it is.
And it is. It's tough. When we were kids or teenagers, first of all, we were going to school. So we were forced to talk to the people around us.
Yeah.
For 8 hours a day, we're in the same place as these other people. So it was easy to find people that you had things in common with, thus becoming friends, right?
And we did not have the golden age of technology either.
Yeah, we still were calling people on the phone.
And had computer labs.
Yeah.
We didn't have laptops. We had computer labs. And so that encourages so much. People don't take into consideration how much you can isolate yourself by being on your phone. And now we live in a digital age where people are always on their phone, so they don't need to talk to the people around them.
Yeah, it's like once texting became a thing, you hear people say it all the time, like, don't call me, just text me. It's so crazy.
And for me, I set that time aside, even if it's 5 minutes. I talked to one of my best friends for somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes yesterday, And it was good. How are you? Are you okay? What's up? What do you need from me? Make the time for the people that you care about, and don't be afraid to schedule it. I've got friends that I talk to on certain days of the week. Like, hey, girlfriend check, how you doing? Hey, sister check, how you doing? It's okay to do that because life does get in the way, but you have to be willing to put in the effort. People have trouble making friends as adults because they're not willing to put in the effort, or because you're 30 but you still act like you're 15, 16, 17. When you're 30, I want to deal with you as 30. I don't want to deal with you as 15. So we need to communicate like we're adults.
Yes.
If you feel like you're missing something and you need more from me as your friend, tell me that.
Yeah. Well, this says sociologists have kind of identified the ingredients that need to be in place for us to make friends organically, and they are continuous, unplanned interaction and shared vulnerability, says Marissa G. Franco, who is writing a book on making friends as an adult. But as we become adults, we have less and less environments where those ingredients are at play. Tips for forming new friendships. You ready?
Yeah.
Be intentional about making friends. That's big.
That is big.
Set up plans and regular interactions. So even if it's friends that you make online, have a weeknight that you hang out on Zoom or something and you talk. You know what I'm saying? You have a good time.
And that word intention is important.
Yes.
You need to know what you want from the friendship and what you're able to give.
Yes.
Just because we're friends doesn't mean I automatically trust you. Trust still has to be earned. The foundations still have to be laid. And people skip over that part. They're not saying, hey, I intend to be a friend to you.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what friendship looks like for me. I still do that. I did it with you.
Assume that people already like you. I don't know how much I agree with that one, but make the ask and get contact information when you connect with someone. That I talked about that recently.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, here's my number.
I don't know how I feel about that one because you can't just assume everybody likes you out here.
Yeah.
However, if enough people don't like you, ask why and really listen, because we're not doing that enough anymore. We're not hearing people when they say, this is how you hurt me, or this is what you did and this is how I feel about it.
Don't be too hard on yourself and keep putting yourself out there are the other tips. If we continue to expect friendships to happen naturally like they did when we were kids, we run the risk of waiting for something that might never come. Being intentional is essential, she said. Research shows those who view friendships as something that happens because of luck are lonelier later on in life. And those who see it as something that happens based on effort are less lonely years later. And that's what's big for you. Yeah. You put effort into your relationships with people.
I do, but for me, it's even more than putting in the effort. For me, it's what do I want this friendship to be? And am I capable of making that happen? I feel like, unfortunately, we end up in situations where we're not being met halfway anymore.
Yeah.
It's always someone else is doing more.
Right.
And so going into friendships with people, I set those boundaries. I make sure it's very clear and very concise. And I think
so nobody's left trying to figure out where they stand with you.
Yeah. And I think, honestly, overall, if you want to have friendships as an adult, my advice is to treat them like you treat your relationship. The effort and the time and attention that you're willing to give to the person that you want to be in a relationship with, you need to be willing to give that same effort and time and attention to your friends. It may come differently. That may come through more text and less calls or whatever. But I treat my friendships the way that I treat my relationships. So my friends know they are a priority to me. Stop getting in relationships and neglecting your friends. I had to learn that the hard way.
This article is going to be up, and I want to definitely hear from you. How hard has it been to make friends as you've gotten older?
And do you still have childhood friends? Yes. And what do those friendships look like now that you're grown?
We talk about, no new friends. I always joke around about that. But I think if you really want to make an effort to have somebody in your life, do all the work you can.
Yeah.
Do all the work you can. I love this. Thank you so much, honey.
You're welcome. I love this too.
It's time for Creepy DMs, and this is when you send in some of the weird things that people have said to you.
I'm so glad I'm not a part of the dating scene anymore. Like, people still hit me up, but I'm glad it's not like that, because it gets aggressive now.
Yeah, this is nuts. Diana writing into us, she says she got this message from this guy that she started talking to. She thought he was cool, and then what ended up happening was he decided to say that he was going to be in town. He says, arriving Friday with a private room. She says, no. He says, well, yes. I will arrive on Friday. And then he goes, I'm so sorry, but yes. She goes, I'm saying no to you. I don't want to sleep with you. He said, no, just a kiss. Ah. And she responded with, LMAO, this is a fucking joke.
Just a kiss is nuts.
Just a kiss.
In my private room.
On Friday. Yeah. I'm sorry, but yes.
I'm sorry, but yes is nuts. No means no, sir.
Okay. You know what I said?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I can't say that.
You cannot. I don't want to be canceled. Okay. Glad we're on the same page.
All right. My friends got this message. This is Roxanne writing into us. She said, damn, if that's really you, you're hot. Even your son would get hard just looking at you.
Whoa. Oh. I don't think. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't think you can say that.
And this is why this bit will never get old.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh.
Yeah. That's what happened.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh
Okay. All right. It gets a little darker. You ready?
No. Oh my God.
And your is you are throughout that whole text. I just wanted to
Okay.
make sure that you knew that. Somebody else got a text that we got this written in to us. It's a picture, a screenshot. It says, "Picture this. You answer a job posting for a receptionist at my law firm. You're invited for an interview, which you walk into wearing something professional but revealing. As you know, this is a male-dominated firm. During our interview, you catch me staring down your blouse. You adjust yourself to show off those tits of yours. Even better, I offer you a bottle of water. Our conversation distracting you from the fact that the bottle was already open, and after a couple sips, things start to get fuzzy. The next thing you know, you wake up tied to a desk as me and my coworkers are gang raping you."
Whoa! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! No!
I told you it got darker.
No, that was like midnight. I thought it was sunset.
All right. I think we're done with creepy DMs today.
Oh my God! The trauma.
Yeah.
Now we're done.
All right.
Okay. Oh my God.
I was going to say, we're not doing creepy DMs for another 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
Oh. That's tough, right? That's wild.
Hello? Somebody should call the police.
Somebody sent that to them, literally saying, "Picture this."
That's not okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought so. I agree with that. Well, that's creepy DMs. If you want to send us some
No,
stuff.
don't send us shit.
If you want to send us some, use the hashtag DITDMCreepy, and let's hope they're a little more normal and less
Rapey.
dark than this.
Okay.
No mothers sleeping with sons, no sons getting hard. Guys, let's...
No rape. We're not Bill Cosby, okay? This is not okay.
Hey, you leave that blind man alone.
Okay.
That man said, "I'm blind, let me free."
PG ones, okay? People listen, I'm traumatized now.
Yeah, thank you guys. Hello, beautiful.
Hello, handsome.
This one is wild.
Yeah.
I could not believe the headline I read, and then when you click into the article, the actual full title is "How to Stop Thinking About Having Sex with Your Ex While in a Relationship." What?
Why is this a conversation we have to have?
It's normal
in the world?
This is by Julia Naftalin. It's normal to ruminate on a past relationship where you felt connection emotionally and physically, but if you catch yourself in a loop of idealized memories, break out of it by journaling or calling a friend. Focus on how you feel in the present moment and remind yourself you have the agency to express your needs to your current partner. Have a question for Julia? Fill out this anonymous form. We're going to fill out a form of some bullshit story one day, and we're going to do that.
I support that, yeah.
So the letter to Julia says, "I know my ex and I would have never worked out, but I can't get over our sex life together. I'm currently dating this guy, someone who started as my friend, and he treats me better than my ex ever did, but I'm having trouble feeling sexually attracted to him, which has stopped us from getting intimate. Where do I go from here?" Oh, the girl's name is Nigeria. It's
Okay.
normal to grieve a long-term relationship and feel unsure about what the future holds, especially when it comes to something as precious as intimacy. But if you catch yourself stuck in a loop dwelling on your past relationship and sexual connection, it could be time to employ some new strategies so that you can move forward. Recontextualizing your past relationship and realizing all of the opportunities you gained from leaving is a good place to start. Dr. Wheelar Magavi, a psychiatrist and regional medical director for community psychiatry, previously told me individuals occasionally forget the negative aspects of relationship and place their exes on pedestals during stressful times in life. This happened to me a lot. When I was with my child's mother, I missed the connection I had with the girl that I was with before her. we were together for 2 years. It was, you know what I'm saying, on and off for sure. But we were together for a good year solidly, and then we were on and off for the second year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But she treated me better. She listened to me. There was a lot of, like, sure, we weren't going to be able to be together for a while because of where we were in life. You know what I mean? But I definitely did this. To break such a spell, she suggested writing down all of the pros and cons of your relationship or calling a friend to talk through it. If you haven't already, you should also unfollow your ex on social media, said Mugabe. Although these exercises may seem focused on breaking an emotional connection versus a sexual one, the two are related. Often we daydream about sex with an ex because it feels safe and comfortable. And that's true, right? That's why people go back to have sex with exes, because they don't have to add to their number.
Yeah.
But, this kind of blew my mind that this is a conversation, that somebody is really writing in to get some advice on how to deal with this. If you're thinking about your ex because you're not satisfied, then maybe you guys shouldn't be together. I don't know. That's just how I think of it.
Well, and the thing is, people don't often consider what kind of partner are you. So when it comes to sex, is it mind and body? Is it just body? Like, what kind of intimacy do you appreciate it? Part of the thing is, for this girl, she went to a safe space. So she had a friend who started as a friend. He had already been a friend. And then she realized, I just want you as a friend. I think that's ultimately what's happening here, is that her relationship was tumultuous. It ended, and she found safety in this new guy who used to be her male friend. And not being able to differentiate puts a lot of us in bad situations.
Yeah.
Like, you can't go from a bad relationship and then you're complaining to your guy friend about it all the time. Then you break up and you get with that person. But it was never about physical intimacy for her. It was about emotional intimacy. But now they're in a relationship. She's trying to figure out, how can I make this work for me? And the reality is, she probably can't.
Yeah.
Like, if you haven't already,
if you haven't even tried or whatever the case may be, and it's still happening, then you can't. You won't be able to, unless you find somebody. You made a joke when we pulled up the story, and I wish you had said it here, but it was like, he ain't hitting it right.
Yeah.
And that's real.
That's real. It's real. It's
because if somebody's banging that thing down, I'm telling you right now, you don't even have the room to think about anything.
That's facts.
I love you so much.
I love you. My old up. But
Just saying.
I was telling you about a female friend of mine who was with a guy for over a year, and they were not intimate because he had some stuff, medically going on. We need to have these conversations. This is how cheating happens. This is exactly what leads to someone cheating, because all of your needs are not being met. And then instead of talking to your partner about it, you're writing Julia over here and letting her tell you how to handle your shit. No, we are adults. If you're old enough to then you need to be having conversations about what do you like? What do I like? Do we want to try something new? You want to dress up? You want to blindfold me and tie me up? Like, we need to have those conversations, because if you don't, you will end up hurt or hurting someone else.
Absolutely. So that one was a great article, but it kind of threw me off that had to be a topic of conversation. I'll tell you, where I am in life right now, as far as intimacy is concerned, my exes don't even exist. They wouldn't touch what happens in our bedroom.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Shout out Black Love.
Oh my God.
That's what you needed, baby. You needed a black woman. Yeah.
I know, you're right. I dated white women for a long time.
Man, I get it. I dated white men.
That's so weird to me.
I mean,
Black women dating white men is always so weird.
I don't mind it at all. And the thing of it is, white men, especially in the South, if you get the right white man, they love black women down there. And they treat us really well. And our black men don't always do the same. Mm-hmm. And then not even just that, but I grew up in a community.
I'm a Latino man. How's a Latino man treat you? I love you.
Look, we're not going to talk about this on air.
Okay.
Meet me in the McDonald's parking lot. But in all seriousness, I got treated really well by white men in the South. And not even just that, but I grew up in a predominantly white area. So it was either date white people or don't date. As I got older and learned more about my culture, I knew that I probably couldn't marry a white man.
Right.
But they treated us really well. And it's not even to say, there are really good black men out here. And I've found some, I've dated some that are not so great. It's not even just about that. It's just, it was good. I had some really solid relationships with a couple of really solid white dudes.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. So, sometimes you find someone and it just works. So there were a couple of white dudes I dated, I found, and it just worked.
Well, I love this. Let us know if you ever had to deal with this. You ever thought about your ex while you were having sex with your current partner? That's aggressive.
Also, did you call out his name?
Yeah.
I don't know, you calling him the wrong name out here. How does he not know? That's what I want to know. How do you not know? How are you not in touch?
Because when somebody's not connected with that, when somebody's not, when it's, how you said it was either mind and body, it could be body, right?
Yeah.
It's obviously just body for her, right?
Yeah.
Where she's just feeling this feeling, this sensation, and her mind is somewhere else. And if you're not connected to somebody, you just don't know. You don't know that their mind is somebody else. It's how I talked about men not knowing that women are faking orgasms.
Yeah.
How do you not know? There's a lot of things that when you make a girl orgasm, that's not something that can be recreated just by anybody.
That's true.
That feeling and the things that happen and the reactions in the body are those are uncontrolled. Those are just happen.
I mean, you're right. When you break it down like that, for me, you had to make love to my mind first. Mm-hmm. And I think, again, it comes with age.
Yes.
And experience. You have to know what's going to satisfy you before you can let someone else try to satisfy you. Yeah. And you need to be comfortable having those conversations. If you're not comfortable talking to your partner about sex, you don't need to be having sex.
Agreed. Very much so agreed. Well, that's a great article. Thank you for sharing that with me, honey.
You're welcome, my love.
So I got a question for you. Did you sleep with my man while I was at work? Yes or no? Did you sleep with my man while I was at work? No. Why would I sleep with your man? You slept with my friend while I was at work?
What is y'all talking about?
Like I don't got the footage and shit? Bitch, why you sitting here?
Beat that bitches! Beat that bitches!
We need to get that clip from Friday.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you what. You just tell the bitch whoever she is. When I catch her, I'ma beat her ass.
I'ma beat her ass.
Oh, we gotta watch Friday.
I support that.
Oh, it's such a good movie.
It is a great movie.
Oh, this is great.
I thought so, yeah.
This is phenomenal. Can you talk about the article a little bit?
I can. Okay, so
give us a little backstory. This is good shit.
All right. So
that was aggressive, right?
Oh God. Okay, this woman, her name is Shauna. Her TikTok went viral because she caught her husband cheating on her with her best friend. Now, a little backstory is that apparently she had been having a feeling for a while that something was going on. In the article, she says, I never thought it would be him and my friend. Now, it says best friend here. They've only been friends for about 4 years. So I'm sorry that
ain't no best friend.
Yeah, that's not your best friend. She's
sorry.
still an acquaintance. Apparently, the affair happened after Shauna allowed her friend to stay with her and her husband because she was experiencing hard times during the pandemic. And that's when the affair happened.
Why are you bringing another woman to your house?
Yeah, that's nuts.
To take care of your husband.
And then not even that, but you are friends with her. So you're talking to your best friend about issues you have with your husband while she's living there. That's bananas. You don't bring another woman to stay with you. Just like you would never bring another man here to stay long term.
Men can't step in this house. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, my love.
When people come over here, when dudes come over here, they can't step in here. That's nuts.
Yeah, it's bananas. So ultimately, Shauna tricked her friend and her husband.
Set up the cameras, right?
Set up the cameras, yeah. And she said, hey, we're going to do a video. You know, she didn't tell them right away, like, I have footage. I saw you guys smashing. She was just like, hey, we're going to make a video. And that's how she got them to appear on camera. And then she asks her friend, are you sleeping with my husband while I'm at work? And her friend says, no. And by this time, Shauna's already upset because she's already seen the footage.
Stuff on the footage,
she knows that her husband is having an affair with the woman that she moved into their house. I'm not saying necessarily, Shauna, that it's your fault, but you don't let another woman stay at your house long term, especially a woman that you're confiding your secrets to. Like, you don't say, oh, my husband doesn't do this, he doesn't do that, or he's great in bed. Like, I say this all the time. There are friends I have that you will never meet. Ever. And if you do, it's going to be in a public setting. Some of these chicks cannot come over here because I know that they're fast and furious. Like, you need to keep that out. Like, I'm not doing this over here.
No, and that's a big thing. It's just respect. You know what I'm saying? And I don't, I would never make a move on them, but the fact that they would even try something is a cause for them to get killed.
And obviously she's not really your friend. If you're helping her during a pandemic, but she's sliding up on your man.
And she said, though, that she was feeling it for a while.
Yeah.
You should call that shit out right in the beginning.
Well, so going back even, if we're having marital issues, that's the worst time to bring in a third party. Like, if you guys have been having issues for a while, why would you even allow someone to come stay with you before you figured your shit out?
Figure it out, yes. Yes, because he's going to. Look, women are good at taking your problems and making you believe that you can come out of them if you let them fix it.
Oh, yeah. And he obviously, built a relationship with this girl over the 4 years that she's been with friends with Shauna. So, he talked to her. They became
so I got
friendly.
A question for you.
Yeah.
Did you sleep with my man while I was at work?
I love this.
Yes or no? Did you sleep with my man while I was at work? No. Why would I sleep with you? You slept with my friend while I was at work?
What is y'all talking about?
Like I don't got the footage and shit. Bitch, why you sitting here?
Hey, chill out. Damn, y'all tripping. Chill out.
First, why did you call your wife a bitch? That's a red flag already.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Instead of denying it, you say, what is y'all talking about, bitch? That's a guilty statement if I ever heard one.
Yeah, he was throwing a fit because he got caught.
Yeah.
He was throwing a fit because he got caught.
I'm mad that 2 women slept with him and he got that lisp.
I'm mad she didn't mess him up. Like, see, here's the deal. You're the husband. You have more of a responsibility to keep your relationship intact.
Yeah,
fuck
this
you're the
bitch. Husband.
Yeah.
That's the operative word.
Yes.
But again, as a wife, she failed because you brought another woman into your house.
I agree.
When things were not solid.
But she's also stupid for beating up on the girl.
She is. I agree.
Instead of beating up on the guy who took advantage of a situation that she was trying to be nice for. So yeah, she's stupid for bringing another woman into her home, but she's trying to be a good friend, and he's acting upon they're both shitty, but like screw her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like screw her.
Because this is your husband.
Because your husband is the person you have to continue to lay with until you decide you get a divorce.
And if you don't get a divorce, how are you going to fix it? Because now there's a trust issue, and it's so hard to rebuild trust.
Oh, it's the hardest thing. Sometimes it's like you can't repair it.
Yeah. And so she's got some choices to make. Like, yeah, you're mad at the girl and you attacked her, but at the end of the day, this happened because you and your husband's marriage was not where it needed to be, and you let the cracks become fissures. And now you got these giant ass holes in your marriage. And then not even that, but you've gone viral. So if you stay with this man, the whole world is looking at you like you're dumb.
Yep.
Because you made this whole big deal. You've gone viral on TikTok. But, I'm going to fix my marriage. Now, it's your marriage, so I'm not judging you for fixing it. But you should have thought about wanting to fix it before you aired your dirty laundry on social media.
It feels good when it's posted, but now that lives on forever. Whatever you put on the internet lives on.
Yeah.
That one's a really good one.
It was. We love, and we wish you the best, Shauna, whatever you do.
Shauna, I'm sorry that this happened to you.
Me too. And I'm really sorry that it was your friend.
It's a really shitty situation when it's a friend. It's different if this guy, her husband, went out and cheated with some random bitch. But this was her friend.
Yeah.
Like, obviously she's called her best friend because, whatever.
I mean, they've been friends for 4 years, and we talk about this all the time. It's so hard to make friends as an adult. So
whatever friends you do have, it's like, damn, it's a letdown.
Yeah. And as we get older, our circles tend to shrink. So if her circle is already small, that's one less person you have now.
It's true.
And I feel bad for that. It's an unfortunate situation. It's even more unfortunate because, again, she wasn't a random person. She was someone that you trust.
And you let into your house. Yeah, I mean, that's
exactly what I was going to say next.
Oh, like that is the worst. You let them into your house. You gave them your space, your food, whatever. And that's how they pay you back.
Yeah. It's interesting because many years ago, I had a friend who was living with someone that I know. Now, this guy and his wife were separated temporarily. They were working some stuff out. And so the wife wasn't living at home with the husband all the time. And at one point, he hit me up. It was kind of flirtatious, but it wasn't reciprocated. Well, what ended up happening is my friend that was staying there ended up sleeping with that girl's husband. And it got really messy and really ugly. And I was like, man, she was so worried about me, but she should have been worried about the person that she was allowing to live with her husband while she was away.
While she was leaving. I would never leave you alone with a dude in this house.
It's nuts.
Just like I never would expect you to leave me alone with a woman in this house.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Especially after what happened with our cleaner, with our housekeeper.
Yeah, that was tough. And
that was a crazy story. We have to share that with them
we
at
do.
some point.
We do. We'll need to share that.
That was a wild story, and I think that they need to know about that.
I agree.
Use the hashtag DITDM Teardown. That's DITDM Teardown with the link to a TikTok that you want us to talk about, and we'll have it featured right here. All right, let's share some unpopular opinions post-engagement.
I know, we're getting married.
We are going to get married. That's nuts, right?
That is nuts. I'm really excited, though.
I'm a happy man.
I'm a happy woman.
And I'm so excited that I get to be doing this podcast with my fiance now. I can say fiance.
You can say fiance. It sounds so good when you say it, too.
It feels natural.
I know.
That's what I love about it.
I'm so happy.
All right, so let's do some unpopular opinions. Go first today.
Go first today. I love that. All right, so my first one is you can be happy when a family member dies. And I agree with this. Like, I hate that we grow up and we live in a culture where people tell you about stranger danger, but they don't talk to you about the pain that your own family can cause you. And sometimes it's okay to feel relief when someone who is in your family dies. And I hate that people, get judged so cruelly for that.
I actually like hearing you say that because you lost somebody this year that I particularly am not a fan of.
No.
Just based on the history of what happened when you grew up. And it was hard for me to feel sympathy. You know what I'm saying? I was there because I love you and I wanted to make sure you were okay. But at the same time, like, I would spit on that man's grave, like, today. You know what I'm saying? So, what's your second one?
So my second one is one that we agree on 100% together. And it's that you shouldn't put pictures of your kids on the internet. Stop it. Stop putting pictures of your children on the internet. There's so many creeps online. There's so many people who are probably passing around your kids' picture and getting off to it and stuff. Like, why are we doing this?
You know what's so crazy? I'm so glad you brought this up. You know, especially today in 2021, everybody's like, consent, the children choose. But it's okay to post pictures of them on the internet and they don't consent to their face being on the internet.
Yeah. And there's some that I can, like, okay, that makes sense. For example, school photos. Fine. You posted a school picture of your kid on your social media. But when you start posting pictures of your kid in swimsuits, in the bathtub, where they ran around the house without their diaper, like, when you start doing that and you forget how many creeps there are on the internet, I get really uncomfortable. I get really uncomfortable when people post pictures of their kids. My kid is not going on the internet. And if my kid does go on the internet, their face will be blurred out. I'm not dealing with that. And then the last one that I have is one of my favorites, and it's just because it's animated doesn't mean it's a kid show. You and I talk all the time about how we grew up watching Drawn Together, South Park, Boondocks, Crank Yankers. Like, we watch stuff that we shouldn't have been watching that, it was animated, and people are like, oh, it's animated, it's a kid show. No, it's not. None of those are kid shows. Bob's Burgers, Family Guy, American Dad.
All of Adult Swim.
All of Adult, Inuyasha, Naruto. Like, all this stuff comes on after 10 o'clock on Adult Swim. Stop letting your kids watch it. Are you insane?
Yeah, that's nuts.
So those are mine for this week's Unpopular Opinions.
All right, well, let's stick to the holidays for mine. Christmas lights should not be lit until after Thanksgiving.
Oh my God, I agree with this so much.
Call me a Scrooge, call me an angry person, call me the Grinch. But I really believe that we do not give separation and times to these specific holidays.
We really don't.
The fact that we were out the day after Halloween and Christmas music was already being played.
Yeah.
Blows my mind.
Well, and then Terica telling us, when she used to work at Selma, about how during even the months of September and October, they started having them throw in one or two Christmas songs.
No. That's too much.
After Labor Day.
Yeah.
And so she was like, I got tired of Christmas music in the early parts of the season because they started throwing in one or two songs, and then they would throw in more as it got later.
It got closer.
And so by the time the first week of November was over, all we were playing was Christmas music.
Oof.
Yeah.
That is tough. Buying garden or hardware supplies for men for Father's Days or birthdays is the same as buying women cleaning supplies.
Oh my God, I love that you used this one because I almost was going to use this one too. And I agree with this so much. Don't buy your freaking husband lawn tool. Don't buy me a new lawnmower for a birthday or Christmas or something. That's dumb. That's just like you being like, here, baby, this laundry detergent was on sale.
Hey, babe, here's a cookbook.
Yeah.
Cook me a meal.
Yeah, that's nuts.
That's insane.
That is insane, and it's mad disrespectful.
And don't buy me a tie. Stop with the ties.
Ties and watches. Ties and watches are nuts.
Yes!
Those are big dad gifts, and it's crazy.
But I'm not going to wear the stupid tie. Most of the time, I'm going to wear a tie once or twice a year.
Yeah.
Depending on how my life is, if I'm doing a very formal event.
And then they give you the ugly seasonal tie with the damn Christmas trees and shit on it.
Yes.
And so you can only wear it one time a year anyway because it's got Christmas. No one wants to wear a Christmas tree tie in July. That's nuts. But I always appreciated this ever since. Boy Meets World used to play. By the time we were watching it, is playing, almost in syndication. And I remember one episode of Boy Meets World, the husband, Alan, brought his wife, Amy, a trash compactor. He got her a trash compactor, and she was so upset. And he couldn't understand why she was so upset. And so he went to Mr. Feeney and was talking to Mr. Feeney, and Mr. Feeney was like, you brought her a trash compactor for Mother's Day?
Yeah.
Are you insane?
That's tough.
You bought her a trash compactor. So I always knew from the time that I was young, don't buy me some cookbooks and trash compactors. That's insane.
Or buy a gym membership for Valentine's Day. Hey, honey, I love you. You're a fat fuck.
Oh, God.
Yeah, just inappropriate gifts.
Yeah.
For your significant.
That's so great. I got you a subscription for Weight Watchers.
Yeah.
You've been saying you wanted to lose weight for a while, so I decided I was gonna buy you a subscription.
And here's $25 for a couple weigh-ins for gas.
Yeah. It's okay.
Oh my God!
Hey,
all right.
if you decide to give me some shit, I want that Oprah Winfrey weight stuff. You know what I'm saying? I want the Oprah Winfrey one.
You want some Ellen underwear?
Yeah. Oh, I want Ellen water.
Oh my God! That's so good.
Yeah, that's yeah.
And then trying to elevate your unsuccessful content creator friends by frequently putting them in your content is bad. And this is for the content creators out there. Just because they're your friends doesn't mean they're entertaining.
Or talented.
Yes, or add any value to your content. I have friends I would never put on this podcast.
Oh my goodness, me too.
I mean, they would put the audience to sleep.
And I mean, it's not even just that. There are certain people who, for example, want to be songwriters and rappers. And it's bruh, you cannot rap. No, you can't have a verse on my song.
Yeah.
And you see people so often putting their untalented friends on tracks with them. And you're just like, why? You fucked the whole song up, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree with this so much.
So those are some unpopular opinions that we hold. If you have some that you want to let us know and you want to see if we agree with them, use the hashtag DITDM opinion all over social media along with your unpopular opinion, and we'll read it here. If not, if you want to email them, down in the DM pod at gmail.com is how you can reach us.